I sing that song all day now. It's brutal, Alicia. Should we change up our theme song? You think people would know we're going live? We didn't hear that same annoying song day after day after day.
Structure and routine, honey. Structure and routine.
Enjoy my Starbucks every day. That's my structure and routine.
Welcome everybody to it's day 9 today.
According to my my handy clipboard, it is day 9.
Day 9.
It's going to be an interesting day again. Lots of exciting stuff. This one I'm actually really excited about this one as well. We got lots of new stuff coming on. I'm going to learn a lot of stuff, and yeah.
Another guest speaker in the house tonight. Lee's giving us crap. Typically, he says we're not on time on the minute.
Yeah.
So just for you tonight, Lee. Daniel says I'm going to go on time just for Lee.
Yeah, I was on the minute, 8 o'clock on the button. So, you know what? Tomorrow, maybe I'll be a minute early. Hey? No, that's not possible. We struggle to get ready by 8 o'clock. We have so much stuff to get done in the backgrounds here.
You know what? If you're just joining, hit that like button, hit that share button. Let's get this content out here. Please keep in mind that live followers are still getting a chance at perhaps another double down day. So
I will confirm. There is one more double down day.
There is another double down day.
I will not confirm what day it is though.
That's right.
But it is from day 9 to day 12. Guaranteed.
We only have 4 days left. So just saying, you're going to want to get your friends logged on. You're going to want to log on. You're going to want to share this. In case this is your first night tuning in with us, here's the scoop about the double down is we have had multiple double downs already for this 12 days of giveaway. And what we've said is that a double down is where we draw for the main prize. So we spin that wheel and then we get a cool notification that says double down. And we spin that wheel a second time. However, here's the thing about the double down is the double down is only for people who are tuned into the live feeds.
If you're not live on the feed, you will not win any of the prize for that night.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
So last time we had a double down day, I was surprised. We spun the wheel once. She wasn't in studio, but by the second spin, we got a winner who was tuned in live.
Somebody lost out on an amazing prize on Lake Winnipeg because they weren't tuned in live. It's as simple as that.
I know the second person, though, is quite excited. I've been seeing they've been tagging their buddies and, hey, guys, we're going on this trip. So that's pretty exciting for them.
Yep.
So hit that like button, hit that share button. Tell your friends, tell your families to tune in. We only got 4 days left to 12 days of Big Sky giveaway.
This is insane.
4 days left. That's it.
Well, what do you figure? What was new? You didn't get stuck today. That was really good. You stayed at home all day. It's probably why you didn't get stuck.
Yep, hey? Didn't get stuck today. You know what? Let us know in the comments section where you're tuning in from, though, again. Because You just never know. You never know what we might ask about live trivia and where people are tuning in from.
I like Myron's. Do you have to know? Do you have to send in all 4,300 SKUs that you guys have to qualify? That's what we should do for day. Oh, you guys haven't had the ugly day yet. Anybody who follows us every year knows there's one day where you're going to learn every inch of our website. And I mean every single inch and button and option. Because somewhere on our website is hidden something.
Password day.
Password day.
Charlie. Hey, see, we already got winners in the house. Charlie's won one of our grand prize giveaways already this 12 days. Manitoba, Barrie, Ontario. Hello, Ontario. Whitewood, Shaunavon, Saskatoon. Yep.
Thunder Bay.
Hey, Garrett. Garrett's won some live prizes with us. He's won some trivia. That's the other thing is you're really going to want to tune in and listen to what we have to say, because what we have to say and what our guest speakers have to say is pretty darn important.
You never know what we're asking for. Okay, guys, there's 40 of you in here. We got 6 shares. Let's get this out there. Let's get more people on. We got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of entries again. We want to make sure we get this out to somebody.
Okay, I came across something a little funny today. I was like, all you folks with your video game fishing. So I came across this and I said to Dan, I said, we got to use this in our live show tonight. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Okay, turn up your phones, turn up your computers, turn up your YouTube. If you're watching us on your big screen on YouTube, turn up your volume. Turn up your TV. We'll give you a couple seconds to get everything turned up real loud. It's really funny. Is that a couple seconds? It's truth, though. It is. Hit it. Okay.
Holy Santa Claus shit. Can you imagine if we had these when we were 12?
Even better. We got them when we're 40.
The video clip comes through real quiet, but it's a gooder, that's for sure.
Shout out to the outdoorsman here in Medicine Hat. You know what? We did leave the house today. We stopped by the outdoorsman, and you know what? He's got a couple of live scopes down there still kicking around. Brought them in new for this year, and he's got 1 or 2. So if you're a 40-year-old looking for a live scope,
and we're still debating, is it a video game or not? If it's a video game, the old government tells us no GST. So I'm thinking you call Jason and say, listen, I'll take it with no GST, and you'll probably walk out the door with it. It only seems like it'd be like legit. You know, they can make rules up as we go.
That's right. Hey, tossing around an idea. You gotta convince Daniel of this. So I had pitched around the idea of us doing some kind of a contest between Daniel and I, where we each create our very own custom jig. Daniel creates a custom jig, I create a custom jig, and then we do like a buy-off to see whose jig is more popular. And I pitched
No, they're gonna pick yours out of I concede I lose.
I pitched this idea like 2 months ago to him. I'm like, honey, let's do this contest. You know, Alicia versus Daniel, and it'll be completely top secret. I'll create my own. It'll be completely top secret.
No.
Yours will be top secret.
So I think there's a better way to do this. I think there's a more fair way to do this. I think what we should do is we should have the customers design a paint pattern, send it in to us, and then we have to paint. We each pick a paint pattern each, so it's not our own design, and then we put them up, and then we sell them that way. And then whoever sells anonymously, so people can't cheat and go with you.
What are you talking about?
I know how this works. It's been 9 days of this craziness.
Hey, that's not true.
So that'd be cool. So they can create it, send pictures in. How do we do that? We need them to email. I don't know. We'll figure out the logistics.
Hold on. T. I feel like you're coming.
Hold on. Brad's got a way better idea. A pierogi eating contest.
Hey.
Brad's on my team.
Brad wins.
No, Brad's on my team. Who's on your team?
Okay, don't change the subject here. Time out. I'm wondering if you're feeling intimidated.
I'm not intimidated.
You're going to the peanut gallery for help.
No.
And designing your custom jigs?
I think it's really important to involve.
There's no bias. Nobody would buy my jig out of spite.
That is not true at all.
No, Dan versus Alicia. We can still create a custom jig from the people at home, but
Okay.
Dan versus Alicia.
Okay, I could do that actually. I have another way I could make that. So the website will be easy. It'll be Dan's jig, Alicia's jig. Whoever sells more. Your jig is $1,000. My jig's a penny. I'm gonna win.
I don't think so.
You know hold on. You know my dumb luck? Somebody would buy your damn jig and I'd be screwed again.
And then
it doesn't matter what I do.
You would have to make 1,000 of them, and I could make one. Like, this is a win-win situation here.
Okay, hold on. Jacob's got an idea. Oh, we just do the custom lure. Just don't say whose is whose.
Oh, you're gonna know, my friend. Who do you think designs?
Yeah, because mine's better.
Who do you think designs our products?
Because mine's better.
You're gonna know whose is whose.
I don't know. What the heck, Lee? I'm on Alicia's team.
I seen Myron said that too. Don't tell him that, guys.
Oh,
I gotta convince him to do this.
Tyler,
first.
I'd give Dan a pity pass.
Hey.
See, and this is why I can't do it because there's no way I could win.
Dad, we could call that the pity pass jig. That could be
my
the name of your
goodness.
jig. Hey.
You have no idea. I can do some cool stuff.
Hey, if you're down for that idea, let me know. We could do like a jig off. The makers of the jigs. We just gotta convince this guy. But you know what? I said it's win-win because I'll make one that's $1,000. You're gonna sell yours at a penny and have to make 10,000.
Oh, you make a good point. Once again, I'm not gonna win.
It's win-win for me, I think. But we gotta convince them. What do you think about that? I know who paints, buddy. See, I told you.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering, a lot of the creativity behind Big Sky Jigs is I come out to the Big Sky factory in a night and I say, you know what, let's come up with this or let's create that. And I think all of our lines I've created.
Yeah.
And we're sitting on some really great ideas too. However, we just need more time to get things into production. So when we put something into production, then we have to make thousands and thousands and thousands of them.
Especially when I design them, because then they're good. Hey, the Heckler hammer, you got to admit, that was a team effort, I guess. You come up with the colors, I come up with the jig and the hooks.
Yeah.
Which was just equally as hard this time.
Yeah. Who came up with the shotgun spoons?
I did. Well, you come up with the idea. I put it to reality. Does that mean you're going to paint the shotgun spoons?
Who came up with the snake eye idea with the wicked snake eyes? Anyway.
That was Johnny.
I'm kind of the creativity behind things. And so I think all of the lines, even the Heckler hammers, I came up with the 12 colors. And they have been selling hot, all 12 colors. What's coming in the comments? Man, I can't read. Dan, just make the candy cane jig and you got it.
That's right.
Candy cane jig. Well, that's not really custom created, though. Can't help him with the ideas.
Show me another candy cane jig on the market.
You can't give him pity passes and pity ideas. Just saying. Alicia is making candy cane jigs for all. See, there's that debate.
It sounds like you're making candy cane jigs.
Girls rule. Looks like I sold another jig before you, Davies.
Oh my goodness.
Hey. Anyway, if you want to see a jig competition, kind of a custom created design, and we could have a lot of fun with that.
You could make a Grinch jig because you're growly.
I'd have to get your portrait on it somehow, though.
Oh my goodness, that jig would be so amazing. The fish would want to. I'd see so intimidating down there. The fish would be scared.
Listen here, Al Borland.
What are you trying to say? Is it because of my? Is it because of my my plaid?
Your plaid and your beard and your tool belt.
How do you have a tool belt on? That's weird.
Myron asked what you were wearing under the table.
That's not a tool belt, Alicia.
Oh, okay.
Those are jeans.
Andrew, I buy one. Oh, what? 1001?
See? I got Andrews on my team. You're in trouble now, Alicia.
Hey, Nathan. What did Lee say? Bought out the old Ultra Minnow today and caught me 5 out of my 20 walleye. See? That's the thing. Retro jigs are still as popular as the new jigs.
Where'd you see this one?
Lee said that. Brought out the old school Ultra Minnow.
Oh, yeah. The Ultra Minnows. Those are, we should do, you know what we should do? I really think we should revamp some of those ones. Well, we have some cool stuff. We have some really cool new patterns we haven't brought out yet.
Yeah, right? I think here's the thing. There's like retro thing. Like you get old school retro walleye jigs. Like those are a standard. Those walleye jigs are like 8 years old. Same with old school Ultra Minnows. Like some of those things are pretty great. The rock and roll rattle jigs, putting rattles in jigs. that was this person's idea too.
Yeah,
and
but
Daniel curses my name every time I come up with a new jig idea. He curses the hell out of me, and I hear the whole time, "This is not going to sell. This is ugly as hell." And then we've been making rattle jigs for 6 years. And the shotgun rattle spoon, what was like the top number 2 favorite Big Sky product yesterday on
yeah, it was a
day
rattle
8?
spoon. There's a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them out there now.
Uh-huh.
Rattle spoons are trending right now, right?
For sure.
I bet the next time we do this next year, after we got a year of these tungsten choppers, Alicia, it'll be the tungsten chopper. Those things are smashing fish. What are you reading?
Tyler, he says, it'd be like those novelty gitch with your spouse's face on them, but on a jig head.
I would order the Ginch. I know a guy who could make a set. We may have had him online already.
Myron agrees. That's not a tool belt you got on under the table. How do you know that, Myron?
Then what is it, Myron? Come on, Myron.
Al Borland. I call Daniel that all the time, Al Borland. For the 5mm tungsten, we'll always have the longer hook or the older style hook, shorter still available for purchase. Hey, Quentin, for 5mm, so 5mm, we have our custom 5mm, and we have the longer, stronger shanks in our 5mm jigs. That's not going to change. We've been really, really happy. We upgraded those hooks because the industry standard that was out there was not strong enough. And A, the eyelets weren't high enough, so they were getting filled with paint. And then B, there was issues with hook durability. So we've had the longer, stronger shanks in our 5mm for, 4 years now.
And when did we send those? When did we reject that order? Was that this? That was
last year. Last year we ordered in custom. We created like 8 of the 12 new designs.
Yeah.
We got the order late. And when I opened the order, I was good thing we did inventory check. We were gonna put them on the website. I opened the order, and there was something like out of our order, 500 of them were the hooks were already bent out, and they weren't our custom hooks. They were the old school industry standard hooks. So they didn't send them with our custom hooks, and there was over 500 of them already bent out. So we refused that order.
Why is Lisa's? How many of the 50 people are looking at Dan's hat? You never know, do you?
If you were tuned on last night, there might have been a reason why you're going to pay attention to Daniel's hat.
Or pay attention to every aspect of what is behind us, in front of us, around us, playing.
Dave called you out though. Towards the end, he caught that last one last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I had 3 hat changes before everyone realized. We had people saying, "Oh, you were wearing a hat?"
Harry Hammer. Oh, pepperoni pizza jig. That could be interesting. Yep.
I sort of want a pepperoni pizza.
I'm just thinking about what I'm going to come up with next for this jig off.
The jig off.
Meanwhile, you're going to be calling all your friends with their crayons to come in here and color on jigs.
Oh, see, Brad's got her figured out. You can't catch fish. He just blames the guides.
Hey.
See, never the tackle, always the guides.
That's right.
Speaking of that, let's talk a little bit about our guest tonight, who is a guide. So, yeah, I guess why don't we get into this? And then you can quit making fun of me about the jig I'm going to beat you with.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, rules. We're going to set ground rules, and then we're coming back. By the end of 12 days, we'll have it figured out. You
stay on your side of the screen, and I'll stay on my side. That's the rules.
We need a bigger screen. Okay, I'll let you. Let's bring in our special guest for the evening. Make sure I play the right video here. Where am I at? There I am. See, I'm getting better at this. I got wasted on the dry land. Somebody tell me what
welcome.
Hey guys,
Maddie.
how's it going?
Great. Well, we are so happy to have you in studio tonight. So for the folks at home, maybe introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about who you are and where you come from.
Alrighty, well, my name's Mattias. I've been born and raised in the Bonnyville, Cold Lake area, and I grew up fishing all these lakes around here in Bonnyville, Cold Lake. I run a hunting charter for big game, doing moose and whitetail, and we figured that we'd expand a little bit and get into snow bear ice fishing charters.
Nice.
Hey, that's great to hear.
It's we've already been talking about moose hunting, so we're good. I already got connections now, Alicia.
Yeah, I'm actually coming down for an antelope hunt here next season.
See, there's always deals being made in the Big Sky Shop, eh?
I don't think we could cross the country without knowing somebody or having some kind of hookup.
Isn't that the truth, eh? So you're running out of a snow bear on Cold Lake. That's what you're saying, eh?
Yes, that's true. Yep.
So Cold Lake so let's talk a little bit about Cold Lake. Cold Lake is known for lake trout. Is that what you're going to specialize in, or? Yeah,
we're going to primarily target lake trout, but Cold Lake's got a lot of other great things to offer. They have great perch fishing. They got absolutely outstanding walleye fishing, and you can get on the ice and catch some big pike too. It's all about what you want to fish for and getting out there.
So what does a day of fishing with you look like? Like, tell us from morning to night. What does that look like?
Well, in the morning, we'll show up at first light. We pick a dock depending on where we want to unload and what we want to catch, where we're going to try to find the hot bite. And I meet you out there. You hop in. I got all the rods, tackle, and we go for a ride in this beauty here. And we stay warm, bring the family, go catch fish.
Sounds pretty easy. I don't know how much easier you can get than that.
You can't get easier. We've fished out of snow bears before. Like, for those that haven't fished out of snow bears before, you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, that's right. Fishing out of what would be incredibly difficult, I think. What would you do if you got a 40-inch laker into the snow bear? You'd have to do some creative photos in that. Holy, that'd be a mess, eh?
Oh yeah, you'd have a little bit of wrestle on your hand, I think.
40-inch laker, 40-inch pike. That's a lot of fish in there.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of sizes of lake trout, Mattias, what's kind of like the average size lake trout that's coming out of Cold Lake nowadays?
Out of Cold Lake, we're 65, 70 centimeters. I think that's you're 30, 32, 33 inches. Kind of deal. Okay. Don't shoot me if that's wrong, but that's your average. They do get quite a bit bigger. Like you can get a 20-pound lake trout out of Cold Lake if you put enough time in.
That's right. Are you in the Cold Lake Derby?
I am this year. Yep, absolutely.
I always hear about that. One of our good friends from Boardwalk Bait and Tackle up there sponsors the Derby, and he's always telling me about all the people, and it sounds like it's a heck of a time up there.
Yeah, it's a hot event. I actually think it's sold out. I don't even know if you can get into it right now.
I think it's sold. Don't quote, but I'm going to say it was sold out in like a day or a week. Like it was. You've seen the post, and it seems like the next thing you've seen, it was sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's very popular.
So yeah, people are talking about wanting to do it again next year. So you got a couple saying 5 to 8 pounds is sort of the average, locals up there for the Lakers. So that's pretty standard. So what can they expect for a walleye fish up there?
4 or 5 pounds. We caught them as big as 10. Your 30-inch walleye. It's they're healthy fish. They got lots of feed. They got big water. It's a deep lake, so you get in there and who knows, you catch a 10-pound walleye. That's right. Our personal best.
Yeah, and what is the pike fishing as well? Same thing, or?
Yeah, them pike, they're targeting ciscos and other bait fish. They're coming in shallow in the spring, but we'll get them out in deeper water, 3-4 feet below the ice. We'll kind of work the whole water column there and see what they're liking, and we run our tip ups while we're jigging for fish, and that's always fun, going for a run and pulling out a 20-pound pike. I don't know if there's very few things that will beat that.
Yeah, that's right. Lots of guys are saying it was sold out in less than 6 hours this year.
There you go.
So,
Well, and that's a lot of spots too. Like, what is it's over 100 spots for that derby, right? I think it's over 100 spots.
it's hundreds. I'm pretty sure it's hundreds.
Yes.
Like
Jeez.
300 or 400, I thought.
Imagine the boost to the like economy putting on a derby of that size. I could only imagine, like in terms of like fishing and tackle and sales and yeah.
It's good for the Cold Lake, that's for sure.
Yeah, Travis says it was a 3-hour sellout for the derby. I got on first thing while in my deer blind, shot my weight tail 10 minutes later. Nathan says 300 or something in that derby. Myron. Oh, this is a good question. So I've heard about the derby, but of course we've never participated. But Myron's asking, is the derby in a small area?
No, the derby I believe is the whole lake. I've never heard of it being pre-drilled holes or anything like that. You go out there and you got your spots and you go and you fish them.
Nice. So when you're booking, do you have how do you book? Do you got it through your website, or do you got to give you a shout? How's that look?
Right now, we are currently in the process of building a better website that does have an online booking option where we'll offer a PayPal service. Right now, it's a one-on-one basis. You call me, we book you in. I got the calendar with everyone's names on it, and we just do a transaction like that and meet at the lake.
Perfect. And right now, like everybody knows, if all our friends from the US watching right now, there is not a better time to come up and get in the snobear with Mattias. You guys are coming up just about half price US, right? Like that American dollar is so strong right now.
Absolutely, and a great chance to get on the hard water fishing. I know a lot of clients that we bring for our whitetail and moose. They've never fished on ice before. It's or the ice is sketchy. You'll get here and you'll see 4 feet ice, and we're driving all over, not a worry in the world, and that itself is, it's pretty cool to see all the big shacks and the trucks and the community on the ice.
For sure. And if you've never fished out of a snobear, that's a whole nother experience. Like it's for the people who don't know what the snobear is, it's essentially a tracked vehicle. It's essentially electric over hydraulic vehicle, right? Where it just lowers down to the ice. You don't even get out of it. You drill your holes inside now with the electric augers. You don't even have to open the back door if you don't want. It's got propane furnace heat. You just chill out. It's lots of room, comfy, 40 below outside. You can be in shorts and a t-shirt inside.
It's always 30 degrees and sunny.
Not in my pajamas, Alicia. Leave me alone.
I wasn't going to bring that up. What did you just say? It's always comfy inside. It could be minus 40 degrees and you don't have to leave the snobear? What does that remind you of?
Oh.
I just heard you say you don't have to leave the snobear minus 40.
Oh, my God.
Does that remind you of something?
Are you going to let them know how bad you are?
Oh, go ahead. It's your story to tell. You brought it up.
No.
It's your story to tell. Come on.
I don't need to tell the story.
Don't leave them hanging now.
Okay, so the story, I'll tell a little bit of the story, not the whole story, a little bit of it. So before Alicia and I, so it would have been like, I don't know,
PJ
6 years ago.
No, more than that.
No, we're 15.
9 years.
So that's 9. So that's 15.
6,
yeah.
Right.
So we were together 9 years. So we go up and see PJ. So I bought, and I was going to propose on the ice up in the middle of winter ice fishing.
In a snobear.
Outside the snobear, not in the snobear, because we go live all the time and walk around. I thought, what a perfect opportunity, right? And it was cold outside. Well, she wouldn't leave that damn snobear. For 3 days, she never left the thing.
Not a minus 42 on Lesser Slave Lake. Absolutely not.
So I ended up not being able to propose to her like I wanted to, and now I have to do a do-over one day. But anyways, so I tried. You failed.
You heard it though. You just heard it.
No.
He just says it could be minus 40 out. Why would you want to leave the snobear? It's nice and warm in there. So.
Hold on. You could wear your plaid pants, shirt, and Christmas pajamas. Lee, you know what I'm doing for Lee? I am changing our custom jerseys this year. Lee is getting a plaid custom jersey.
No, better Lee. He can propose in his new figure skating outfit.
Oh my goodness. See what you got yourself into? I got to deal with this chaos daily, buddy. So what else is there? What else? So you're a big game guide running out of a snobear. Lots of exciting stuff happening. Guys, you're already getting on Cold Lake. So I've seen a lot of the bays are freezing up already and fish are being caught. Mm-hmm. So what else is there you want to tell everybody?
Well, if you wanna come, and we don't just operate on Cold Lake. If you want to come hit up Wolf, we can go to Jackson, Blackett, Dabbs, Pinehurst, Moose Lake's got great walleye. We can go all over. Like it's
okay.
It's a mobile unit. It goes on a trailer. We're flexible. If you want to go hit up that lake that's minus 40 and you want to go out and take the family, and give us a call.
Nice. Hey, question coming in from the crowd. A little while ago, somebody asked, is it a tight squeeze fishing 3 people in the snobear at a time?
3 people, super comfortable. It gets to be a little bit of a squeeze with 4, but it's doable. I just got to hand over my seat. That's all.
Hey. Yeah, that's a good question, and it looks like you got a newer model of a snobear there too. Like we were fishing. It's been a few years since we fished in a snobear.
Yep.
Some of the older models.
Like I think it's 2008 and older. They were the narrow track, so they had the holes on the outside, and you sat on the inside. And then they changed it over. They made them wider. They put the tracks on the outside, and the holes are on the inside now. So this thing's 84 inches wide and 17 feet long. You could stand up in it without hitting your head. Like I'm not a very tall guy, but I could stand in it very comfortably. I think if you're 6 feet tall, you'd get away with it. Doors, everything, it's airtight. It's a comfy ride. It's less than 1 pound per square inch on the ice. So anything 8 to 10 inches, we're safe. It weighs 3,500 pounds. It's a big unit. But like I said, hot. It's got a thermostat it's got that furnace in it. It's really something to experience. You can take your coats off, put them in all the compartments, and just enjoy fishing in nice warm weather on a rubber floor. So you don't get wet, you stay dry, and you just have a good time.
Quentin asks, he says 3 people, 2 rods, or 1 rod comfortable for 3. How many holes are in there?
There's 4 holes in there, so it's one rod per fisherman. But then we run the tip ups outside. Like you can see, it's got all these windows, and when you're in there, it's like you're sitting outside. You can see everybody around you. You can watch your holes, your flags, and then it's got a big door in the back. So, and in the event that something did happen, it's got an emergency hatch. You can come up the roof like a school bus. So it's a safe unit. It floats. It's a good way to get out there. Good way to get on the ice.
Yeah, that's what Travis had just asked. Float or sink, LOL. So snobears will float, and I think there's videos that you can find right on the snobear site of what a snobear looks like floating too. Hey. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. You gotta. I think it'd be a little bit of a challenge to winch them out, being so heavy, but
sure.
It's getting out safe that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they definitely float.
It was peace of mind. Like even when we were up on Lesser Slave going out, when we were up there, we were in the winter time. There wasn't a lot of people out there at that time, and so we were venturing out in the snobear, and I felt really safe and secure.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So here's a picture of the inside of the snobear. So maybe talk a little bit about what they're looking at here.
So you can see there's 4 holes on the floor. They got little catch covers. So we'll pull up, we'll use the hydraulics, we'll lower it down onto the ice, and we pop those covers. We drill holes, throw sleeves in to keep the wind out. And, just like a vehicle, the heat comes out of the dash. And we got rods there on the side, and we start fishing. I run all Vexlars, and we play with the fish until they bite. And, and if they're not there, it's 5 seconds to reel up, pick up the snobear with the hydraulics and move to another spot. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, very, very mobile units.
Of course. Myron had asked a little earlier on what length of rods you're using.
30-inch, 32-inch is about as long as you'd want to get. You get a little longer than that, you start tucking yourself in. So a 32-inch medium light is what we like to use.
Lee wants to know if he wins the trip, does he get to play rock and roll as you're slamming Lakers? You got a sound system in that thing?
It's got an awesome sound system in there with bass. I think it's actually packing both speakers. It's I've tested it out. It's good. It's good.
Hey.
Diane says, awesome. My kind of setup. Nice and easy. What's Lee say? Does it play rock and roll?
Uh-huh.
What is with people?
What? It's a pick on Dan night.
It is a pick on Dan night.
Lee says he'd need some 32-inch rods if he wins. Yeah, we got some 32-inch rods.
I know a guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Speaking of tackle and gear, tell us, Mattias, what kind of tackle and gear you're typically kind of running. Let's talk about lake trout tackle and gear, and then maybe about walleye. Those are kind of the two most common. So, right. What do you run?
4 5-inch tubes with sucker belly and spoons. I like on Cold Lake we run that blue and silver spoon. Does great. Same with that. It's got a little pink dot on it, and it's kind of flashy. I forget what it's called. Lucky. It's a Lucky Strike. But you know, I do really good with that, and the TC Motos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, TC Moto. Like for lake trout, we've partnered with TC Moto for 8 years, 9 years, something like that.
It's been ever since we've done 12 days. Terry has always been part of 12 days.
Well, and we started our partnership before we even carried TC Moto products.
Yep.
We started our partnership because TC Moto was looking for somebody to supply the lead-free inserts, and he had reached out to us, and that was how our business relationship started. And then we started carrying TC Moto products, and we custom designed quite a few of the tubes that we carry now. And like we don't even interchange them because they've been so successful, and it's kind of been a constant.
Yeah, that's right. It's easy. Once you got what works, it's hard to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's lots of options out there. Yeah, so TC is also a huge sponsor for today as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something we haven't really chatted about yet. So TC stepped up again this year, and TC put up $750 for the winner for lodging and your meals, everything for the 2 days. So basically, no matter where you are, he's putting it up for 2 nights in a hotel. So if you got to travel, to get there. You can go fish all day, come back, and then have another good night's sleep and head home.
Mm-hmm. So
that's really, really good.
That's amazing.
So
travel, nice warm night, then wake up, go out with the day with in the snobear, and then stay the night again, be safe, and then drive home.
Yeah, I sort of want to win.
Plus, you're also
I haven't fished Cold Lake in a long time.
It's been a long time. It's been a lot of years since you're up in Cold Lake. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, out of curiosity, when you're fishing tubes, do you in particular find a certain style or a certain color produces differently than others?
Yeah, that white and blue.
Oh, right.
That white and blue seems to be the ticket, and white and pink seems to be the ticket.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't say that, I changed my hook very much when it comes to those two tubes.
Interesting. Okay.
Just leave them tied up. Make sure you tie them up good.
White and blue, hey? Well, you know what? The pink lady is a favorite of mine, and that's the white and pink with the chaser flasher. And I find I even troll that tube.
You did, yeah.
And I had a guide once laugh his ass off on me fishing. Actually, one of our 12-day sponsors at Nordic Lodge. We had a guide up on Reindeer Lake. And he says, okay, guys, reel up. We're going to stop jigging. And we're going to troll. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, we're trolling. And I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, he started laughing. He says, what are you doing? You don't troll tubes. And I said, no, I'm just like, leave me be, right? We weren't even trolling 2 minutes. He put the boat in gear. It was like a minute and a half and slam. And he was laughing his ass off. He said, never in a million years would he have thought And they're great. If you think about it, the action that you get on the tube, trolling and having that chaser tail in there was awesome. It was really effective for me trolling too.
That's right.
Walleye too.
Myron asks, what depths are you fishing for Lakers primarily?
40 to 60 feet up to 90. I don't get too much farther than that. And then you're working the water columns. Start early in the morning. I start shallow and I'll work my way out.
What are you looking for structure for Lakers?
Humps, ridges, sharp drop-offs, anywhere they're going to be coming up to what they're doing is they're eating. So you're trying to get in that bait. You're trying to get in that action when they're feeding. So
okay. So what is the water temp at those depths, do you know, on average?
I couldn't tell you offhand. No, I don't check water temp.
I know the answer. Cold.
That's right.
Cold Lake. Are you seeing the thermocline on your electronics when you're fishing?
No, I don't run the flashers.
Yeah. If you're running flashers, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the video game.
The video game stuff.
The video game. Dan only does comfort, snow bears, ice castles, etc.
That's what happens with old age, buddy.
Lee, just
How
do I ban somebody from our live? I'm gonna work on this.
Hey, though, you know what? Another underrated kind of lure I also suggest for lake trout too is that double barrel shotgun spoon. We've used that lure ice fishing for lake trout and actually burbot as well. And the rattles in there in combination with the kryptonite glow, and they're like indestructible. Like they hold up to lake trout. And there's actually quite a few that we've sold, and people have even tied a little feather onto the treble hooks. And it's it's diverse too, because we go out, if we're going out like early morning, before like sun up, we'll hammer burbot on them, and then same thing, put them in the water column for lake trout and watch them chase. So the double barrel shotgun spoons have really produced for us the last 2 years that we've had them on the ice.
He may have some on the way up to him.
Yeah, give him a whirl, see what you think.
Yeah, that's one of those spoons. Those are the ones you give to your clients, and you just say beat it off the bottom as hard as you can, and then what comes up, you just smash the bottom. Like they're meant to be beat. And the reason the reason we actually put 2 brass rattles in that, there's actually a reason other than just the noise, is because when you're pounding it on the bottom, if you happen to be that unlucky and it goes down, hits a rock perfectly and crushes the brass casing, you still have another rattle in there. So they're meant to last a long time.
Not so good for us, but I guess good for the customer.
Yeah, that's right.
Myron says, how far do you have to travel from shore in the snow bear on the ice for a typical day of an ice fishing charter? How long's travel time to kind of locations?
Anywhere from 5 minutes to 30. I would say depends on Cold Lakes. We're fortunate that it's got launches all over the place. So if we want to fish on the east side of the lake, we go to the east side and unload. You're not forced to go out of one dock and drive across the lake, which is kind of nice.
Nice. Travis, TC Moto meathead jig works in Cold Lake too. Yeah, it sure does. And actually, Terry was kind enough during the Winnipeg Ice Fishing Show. He had given us some promo TC Moto meatheads.
We still do that. On the website, it's buy any 3 and you get a meathead free. It automatically adds it to your cart. You have to do nothing. So you only have a couple of them left there now. So
while supplies last, because it's kind of dwindling. So you heard that. Buy any 3 TC Moto products at www.bigskyjigs.com and you get a free meathead. So they're like a $10 retail value. And the cool thing about the meatheads is Big Sky also paints the meatheads as well. So they're in kryptonite glow. They have good quality hooks in there. And
those are made out of that same paint as I use for the shotgun spoons. You can beat those things up all day and you're never going to wreck them. So.
Okay, Mattias, what kind of gear are you running for walleye fishing?
Walleye, I use Big Sky Jigs, the old school long shank jigs, man, and I love them. And those rattler spoons, they work awesome too. When you want to switch it up, you're trying to make a little more noise. Maybe that you're not on the fish, but they're showing up. I'll run a noisy spoon. But when it comes to colors, pink, orange, bright green, that chartreuse, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sounds like kind of standard. Although down south here, rattles are kind of hit or miss down south here, but I'm glad to hear that rattles work for walleye up there.
Yeah, can't go wrong with Wonder Bread.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Bread catches every fish in the lake.
What are you pairing them up with? Are you doing bait? Are you doing plastics?
Yeah, I'll switch it. Like if they're real lippy and they're not committing to a full bite, you find that they're stealing your bait all the time. I'll cut a minnow in half, or I'll put just a minnow head on. I've even has gone as far as using your tungsten, 5 mil tungstens and put a little minnow head on that and jig them like a perch, and you'll get that soft bite.
Yeah. Hearing both yourself and Brady have used that technique, and actually we do that too. When the walleye really finicky, we'll downsize to that 5 mil tungsten, and lip hook a minnow and send it down and just watch them suck it up. And that's one of the reasons why we also have those upgraded hooks in the 5 mil tungsten, is because they also stand up to walleye. We've caught some big walleye on those little 5 mils too.
Yeah, and it's a good time. It's a good fight. And
can you show off a tube tamer? This guy disappeared. I think he's grabbing one, so potentially to be continued. Travis asks, you guys fishing walleye suspended in bait fish over deep water? Ooh.
Sometimes we call them the drive-by walleye. But yeah, you'll mark walleye up high and you'll get them to chase, and we've had them bite right at the bottom of the ice.
Mm-hmm.
In a lot of cases, they're good size. They're a big fish.
Yeah, not so much ice fishing. I haven't had walleye so much chase ice fishing, but open water, like I'll have suspended walleye throughout the water column and chase right up to the boat. On the river this year, my biggest walleye river fishing was a foot below the boat. I was literally reeling it in. And spring fishing, pre-fishing for a tournament, I hammered a big walleye. It was middle of the water column.
Well, the river walleye was.
The river walleye
would have jumped in the boat if we.
Right below the boat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what you got there?
Oh, talk about it.
Okay. Al Borland is gone. Okay, roll it up first.
Okay, anyways, this is the tube tamer. So they roll up super simple. So that's what they look like all rolled up. Look at that. It's like Vanna White. See, I'm good at this. And we put grommets on it so you can hang it inside your tents. And then you just go like this. And it's all Velcroed together. So we use a really, really thick, it's a really high-end plastic we use on it that it will not crack. So 40 below, 40 above makes no difference to this stuff. Mm-hmm. It just stays just as it is at room temperature. So that's the tube tamer in a nutshell. This is one of the fully loaded ones for TC Moto. So, and that's how you get it. It looks just like that when you receive it in the mail, ready to go fishing.
There was nothing worse than when we were first carrying tubes and we were storing them in plastic Plano containers. And you invest good money in tubes, and especially lead-free tubes. And after a season, you would open your Plano kit, right? And all your tubes would be all tangled up, and the ties would be all tangled, or maybe you had colors touching, so then you got color bleeding, or you got the plastic malforming. And it was kind of a pain in the butt when you invest good money into tubes and plastics. And we just said, there needs to be something better out there. And so the tube tamer keeps them organized. It keeps them neat. You can keep your colors sorted to prevent bleeding.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like.
And it's also breathable, so you don't have to worry about rust.
And the other cool part about it, everyone knows we're huge on keeping things North American as possible. These are actually manufactured in Lethbridge by 5 Star Upholstery. So we actually sourced locally to have them manufactured as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's as much as we can do to keep it local. We always try.
Tyler says, I would be okay if you sent one to my house. I bet you would be, Tyler.
You know what, Tyler?
No problem. All you have to do is go to www.bigskyjigs.com, put in your shipping address, and add one to your cart, Tyler. We'll send it to your house. No problem, my friend.
I'm good like that. I ship stuff once in a while.
Okay, Travis asks about the tube tamer. Do the hooks ever catch on the plastic? Good question, Travis.
I've never had that yet. That being said, I've never had it yet. So I know the mesh is really, really, really fine mesh, and it's a rubber coated mesh. So it doesn't, they just don't hook in it. They just know. So I guess the answer is no. We've never had them hook into the mesh yet.
Yeah, it is good to air them out after using. But I also like to, if you're out and you have an opportunity, if you can dry your tubes out before you even put them away, then that's okay. But they're also great for when we do fly-in trips. Super convenient to pack. You roll it up; it hardly takes any room, and it's great to throw on the plane. You can throw that on the plane, or we got guys that strap them right to the top of their soft tackle boxes, so they travel great. And same thing with in the sleds too.
Yeah. They're the way to go. They're I don't know. I'm surprised nobody else thought about it, but I know since we've come out with them, there's thousands and thousands of them out there now. And once you sort of take that leap and try one, and if you're a lake trout guy or you have big tide hair jigs, same thing. Like we use them for the lake trout tubes. We have guys that buy them for their anything big and long and tide essentially is what they're using them for.
Musky baits.
So yeah, we have a couple musky baits. We just sold that one loaded up with those 5 musky baits. It's just really good to hold your gear.
Yeah.
So once you do it once, you'll be happy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I always recommend drying out all your tackle once you get back, whether it's in that or not. Like we always open up our boxes.
Mattias, tell us. Everybody always asks, "What's your personal best walleye on Cold Lake? What's your personal best lake trout?"
10-pound walleye and a 15-pound lake trout.
And a 15-pound lake trout. How long was that? 15 pounds.
Honestly, I'm not the guy that measures.
Uh-oh.
I'm a guy that weighs. A fish that weighs more can be short.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
It's a big talk, but it's something that I weigh my fish.
Mm-hmm.
Call me an old Ukrainian.
See, pierogies. They were talking about pierogies earlier. They knew we had Ukrainian.
Uh-huh. You and Brad eat some pierogies. Hey. Does Boardwalk have our bump boards up there?
Yeah, they
the big
do.
ones.
Yep, they got 50 incher.
Hey, see, there's a new goal: 50 incher on Cold Lake. You think that's doable?
It's a big fish.
That's a big fish.
Probably a 50-inch pike, maybe.
I'd like to hit a 40. If I could hit a 40.
You've never broke 40 yet?
No.
No, you haven't. No.
I've had some pretty slow days lake trout fishing. I guess I gotta go out with Mattias.
I agree. Road trip.
Uh-huh.
Now we got it figured out. I gotta go up and visit Boardwalk, and I can go fishing, and that's a good day.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to do more house calls up to Boardwalk while you're working. I'll go for a drive. How's that sound?
You want to catch fish?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Here we go.
His heaviest brook trout was shorter than his longest. Yeah, makes sense. My biggest walleye too was also much shorter than my longest. Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
Mary says you need a big sky bump board.
Got one coming.
Did we get you a big one or a small one?
I think it went up to 38.
36.
36.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll have a big one there for you soon, though.
Mm-hmm. When you run the derby, are you going to be fishing out of your snowbear, Mattias?
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think I'll be fishing any other way.
Hey, that's right.
Nice. Do you do much run and gun then?
Yeah, quite a bit, like, especially with our perch and stuff like that. We'll get out and, like, when I say we drill 500 holes, we drill 500 holes. And when it comes to perch, if you're not working, well, when you get tired, you're getting close.
Yeah, that's right. That's actually one of the fish that apparently is fairly good in Cold Lake as well, was perch. I didn't realize it was so sought after up there.
Yeah, you can get them. We were getting on them in March. We'll get into the jumbos in that shallow water, and you know what perch fishing's like. It's a good time when they're biting. Absolutely.
When they bite and you find them, it's a great time. When you can't, well, there's always pike fishing.
I think
that's right.
Yeah, I think perch is my favorite eating fish.
Yeah, I would agree for sure. We haven't had a perch feed in a long time.
What do you like using for targeting perch, Mattias?
Those 5 mil tungsten.
Yeah.
Won't go any other way. We used to run, the little yellow rubber jig tails and nip them off and do the whole thing. But once we've gone to tungsten, I have not changed. And when we start getting into the bigger perch, like the 12, 13, I caught a 14 and a half inch. I do measure fish, a 14 and a half inch perch last winter. And I caught it on a big, like 8 mil tungsten.
Really?
With a minnow. Yeah, we started switching up. Big hooks, big fish.
Nice. Yeah, the 5 mil tungsten are really good. Sometimes I also like using little tungsten grubs too.
Yes. Yes, the grubs. I hear lots of good things about them.
Yeah, and you can fish them with or without bait too. The grubs. Sometimes Daniel will use them as a dropper hook too.
I'm coming to fish Cold Lake, and I want something that's gonna bite this.
Hey, there you go.
16 ounce, 10 inches long. You figure if I can't catch them, I can scare the bejesus out of them. You never know what we got kicking around the shop in here. We do some weird stuff.
Okay. Before we get to the giveaway here, how can folks find out, or how can folks, if they don't win tonight, Mattias, how can they get in touch with you about booking a trip or a charter?
I operate on 2 social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram, Harvest Outfitting, and as well as, like I said, we're working on that website. It should be up and running in the next week or so, and that's harvestoutfitting.com.
Superb. Okay, let's go ahead and let's pull up main prize. Pull up that visual.
Here we go.
No, the visual, honey.
Oh, you know what I'm looking for. There we go.
Let's chat about it a little bit. Okay, so on the 9th day giveaway, what we got is Mattias has donated a guided ice fishing trip for 3. TC Moto stepped in, and they're putting up $750 towards accommodations and meals. So get you 2 nights stay so you can travel up safely in one day, fish all day with Mattias, and then stay the night and travel home. Plus, we got $80 worth of Big Sky bucks, so you can head online, get all geared up if you want to take your own gear on that trip. Huge shout out to both Harvest and to TC Moto Custom Baits. This is pretty sweet. It was over $1,300 retail value.
It's way over that. It's closer to $1,500.
It is. Okay, what you had to do for today? What did you have to do for today? Like and share, and I think tag, because it's a trip for 3. Tag the 2 friends that you would take on this trip with you. So if you won.
It's a trip for 3.
For 3.
Oh my goodness.
For 3.
I gotta find 2 other people to go with, I guess, when I win. You gotta
find 2 other people that like you.
What the heck?
Don't worry, you'll have people that like you.
You see what I deal with all the time? The fact that I make it through 12 days is, oh my goodness. Okay, are we ready to do this, sir? Ready to find out who's gonna win? Let's get this wheel rocking and rolling here.
Here we go. Hey, big congratulations. Looks like we got Instagram winner, Tyson CD85. Congratulations, Tyson. If you're tuned in live, let us know if you're watching us live. Tyson CD85. You just got yourself that guided trip on Cold Lake with Harvest Ice Charters, and you
For
got
3 people. I didn't know it's for 3. That's amazing.
three.
Now
Not 2, 3.
Who am I gonna take?
$750 worth of accommodations from TC Moto Custom Baits. Plus, you got that $80 worth of Big Sky Bucks. So you can do a little shopping spree before you head up to Cold Lake.
Yeah.
Is Tyson on there? Tyson, you there? Hey. If you know Tyson, have him contact us. All the winners of 12 days need to get in touch with us. We will never reach out to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, buddy. Well, it was great having you on today. Well, we're gonna kick you out of here, and we're gonna get ready for 4 day.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell.
What?
Hey, you seen it. We got Double Trouble Day again.
How come right away Darren's like, no double down day? No double?
And then, yes, double down day. Hey, so here's the scoop. For those of you who know, you know about Double Down Day. For those of you that don't know, here's the thing is when we talked to Mattias, we told him all about 12 days. He stepped up in a big way and said, hey, let's not do 1 trip for 3. Let's do 2 trips for 3. So here's the scoop. We got Double Down. The second trip, here's the rules. Second trip is for the guided ice fishing trip out of the snobear with Mattias for 3. The Double Down does not include the accommodations. And are we doing Big Sky Bucks?
We'll do big, of course, yeah.
Okay, so we'll do Big Sky Bucks. However, Terry at TC, he already committed to 1 day, so it does not include the accommodation money. So you're getting yourself that guided trip on Cold Lake with Mattias out of the snobear, plus the $80 worth of Big Sky Bucks so you can spend online. Rule of thumb for Double Down Day. Double Down Day is only for a viewer who is tuned in live. So here's how it's going to work. We got all the names. We got all the entries. We are going to spin that wheel. We're going to have a name come up, and then you're going to have a little bit of time. If you are live, join with us tonight. Let us know that you are live, and you got yourself Double Down prize.
I know, Quentin, a few people already left. That's why we do it. We're tricky. You guys should all know we're a little tricky in what we do. I don't want to make it easy for you. If you're only here to win, bye-bye. You left too early.
Hey.
Sorry. Okay, guys, well, let's give this thing a wheel, and we're going to give you a couple seconds after it's done to see if whoever's here wins.
Ooh, Chris Ross. Chris Ross. Are you in the house, Chris Ross?
Chris Ross. I haven't seen Chris Ross comment tonight.
Now, Chris Ross has been live with us, I think, during 12 days.
Yeah.
So, Chris Ross, are you tuned in live with us tonight? If you are, let us know in the comments. Don't wait too long. Double Down winners need to be tuned in live, and we're going to keep spinning this wheel until we got somebody in the audience who's watching.
Jacob, your name's not Chris Ross.
You didn't change your name, Jacob. Has he left the building? I don't know. We're going to give him a couple more seconds. We recognize there's a lag. Chris Ross, are you in the studio with us? If he is not...
3, 2, 1.
Going.
Hi, Chris Ross. 3. Start at 1. Quentin, if he left early,
Quentin,
are you still here?
Quentin, hopefully he said we better start our 1 minute timer. Your 1 minute's going, Quentin.
Hurry up, Quentin.
Your 1 minute's
I don't
going,
see your
Quentin.
name.
Quentin, are you in the house, Quentin? See, this is how great it is. People are like, yeah, Quentin's here. Now, Quentin, you are probably really, really happy, but right now there's 62 other people tuned in live who are not so happy with you.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Another one, second spin.
Number 2. Again.
Yeah, number 2 is the way to go. So,
but you know what? Our live support has been amazing this year. Like, we've been getting up to 120 people joining us on these live events. So I'm not really surprised that
you know, one of the cool stats I seen yesterday from our live event, was it yesterday or the day before? We had over 11,000 unique views during our live event, people coming in and out and looking at the posts and stuff. So it's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. Quentin says, where do I got to travel to now? Me and my little boy are going to love this. Awesome. Quentin, you got to meet Matthias up on Cold Lake. You got to get yourself there, buddy. Then you get out in the snobear and you can have $80 worth of Big Sky books and you can load up before you hit with Matthias.
Spin again. No, we can't keep spinning.
Triple down day.
Matthias is booked up for the 2025 ice season. Why? Because of 1 day on 12 days.
That's right.
Okay, guys. Yeah, so yeah, I guess what else is there to
send us a message, Quentin. Send us a message after the show.
Yeah.
The first winner, send us a message. If you know Chris Ross, call him and let him know he missed out tonight. Where the heck was he? Let him know he missed out on that first spin. But Quentin and his little boy are going to be really happy to go out and stay warm in that snobear unit with Matthias. So
now people are wanting a triple down. What the heck?
Oh my goodness.
Well, what I can say is day 9's in the bag, I guess, eh?
Day 9 is done.
Okay, buddy, we're going to kick you out of here, and we're going to get ready to log off and go get some dinner.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us, Matthias. And yeah, we look forward to seeing pictures on your socials and all the hot action from the snobear this season.
Absolutely. You guys have a Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Same
Take
to you.
care.
Take care. Well, there we go. Day 9 in the books. Boom. 10 drop. That easy. Is there a 4th double down?
You never know. We only got 3 days left.
I just don't know. Like, could there be 4 double downs out of 12 days? Like, that would be unheard of.
You never know. I think there's an advantage to tuning in live because you never ever know. And the next 3 days are outstanding.
It is It is you guys are in for a heck of a treat. You guys are going to meet some more amazing people, some familiar faces, some brand new faces, right? One of them is a first time public announcer. Like, there's a lot of really, really, really
exciting things going on for the rest of 12 days and exciting things going on for the new year too. You are not going to want to miss out tomorrow night live with us in studio. And the prize package tomorrow, you are going to be wanting to call everybody on your family reunion list to enter for the next 3 days.
Or you can just say, I don't want the prize, and say, I would donate it back to Dan. And then Dan can go do these awesome things. That's not an option. I don't see. Like, I don't know. I think Lee would do that.
I think Lee said he was buying my jig in that contest.
Lee, yeah, never mind. Lee's name wasn't even on that wheel. Joke's on him. Wouldn't that be fun? I should just do one whole wheel of Lee's name, the whole thing, and then just say, "Ooh, malfunction." Sorry, Lee. That'll teach you.
Brian, I got to paint a jig head. I got it. Painted jig head with Trudeau on it. Everything in the lake will chew on it.
We want it. We want stuff that'll sell, Brian. Come on.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay, I got to get ready for tomorrow night. I still got a lot of work to do to get that post. You are not going to want to miss out in studio tomorrow. You couldn't be in studio with nicer people and some brand new, amazing, exciting announcements. day 10, 11, and 12 coming soon.
Is there a fourth double down?